What's going on, my people? We back with another video on King Williams Part 2. Part 1 kind of cut off on me. I think I can't go about 30 something minutes on this old phone before it cut me off or something. I don't know. Something happened, but anyway, we'll pick back up on Part 2. So basically, if you want to follow along, you just go to my website and go to, Real Pits No Bull and go to the Red Nose page and pretty much, yeah, man, I'll show y'all if y'all just want to follow along. You go to my website and go to that link right there where it say Red Nose and his pedigree right there. If you don't know how to look it up, just click it if you just want to follow along with me or whatever. But yeah, we going on King Williams Part 2. So where we stopped at last time was pulling jump around, a little quick little recap. He basically coming off Edward Stoney, Carol's Kilo. They both done produced some good dogs. And they in the know when it comes to them bulldog gaming. And having good dogs and making people happy and stuff. And like I said, this is all for entertainment purposes only. May or may not be true, do your own research and stuff, but just go ahead and get that out the way. And I do take care of my dogs. They like my kids. So basically we stopped that pole and jump around. We were breaking down his pedigree. Y'all can go back to the to the video if you want to. If you want to go back through it, it's going to cut off on me because I can go forever. But, I got to just hit a little points and keep it moving. But this is basically where we stopped at. So we got Edward Stoney and Carol's Kilo, and pole and jump around basically is a bullet dog coming through the red dog, the Passe, going back to, the Kobe stuff. And like I said, you can go back and check the video or click it yourself. That's his top side from Stoney, and then Carol's Kilo is basically, got a little wood snooty in her. And then back to the more Danny boy stuff, which is Stoney Daddy. You see right there in the second generation. So you got the Danny boy coming right back through there. On the bottom side, Carol's Kilo. She basically coming off that snooty stuff. And then more, Danny boy, which is going to be more the bullet stuff. This Moore's Jaws goes back to some more Hall stuff, Lonzo stuff, the Passe stuff. Some old classic stuff, basically. Lonzo Andy, which made the Zebo dog. So basically that's what basically pole and jump around is basically. And we'll go back. We can't leave out Snooty because that's some of my favorite stuff. Click on Snooty. We're gonna see more of them, but see he been 400,000 62 400,062 views. So you can see this is a pretty famous dog. And if you in the know, you heard about that Snooty blood, some bad stuff, producing good, coming off the Trey Hands Rascal, Tudor Spike stuff, Butchie Boy, Carver's Pistol, Miss Spike stuff. Some good old classic stuff. So that's basically what pole and jump around is. That's where we basically stopped at. That's his pedigree. And that was part 1. That's where we stopped at basically. You can go back and look at the video, if you need to go back through it, but that's what we stopped at. So now we're gonna go to part 2. And we at Wooten's Big Block because this was King's daddy. So That was part one. We got that out the way, you know. And then it's part two, long-legged Sally. Now, both of these dogs was Miss Poland's dogs, and you know, that's why I said she had a lot to do with this dog on the daddy side, and some on the mama too when we get to it. But now Poland's long-legged Sally is a good dog too. You see, she was black and whatever. With the jump around was more of a bigger brindle type looking dog, but they don't got a picture of him. But I seen one, I think if I ain't mistaken, back. But this is part two, so we on long-legged Sally. You see, she been viewed a good 10,000 times or so, and it's another one that's been viewed a little bit more than times than that. It had another pedigree up there that was wrong, but somebody updated it, so I was glad because I can see what this stuff coming from. So she basically coming from a lot of good stuff. Now, arguably, her pedigree, you know, lit up paper-wise is fire. I mean, you know, her daddy, Anderson's Tex, he's a good dog. You see, he been viewed a few times. Basically come off some Brown stuff. You know, Brown's had his own bloodline, as you can see. His old daddy side come from Brown's bloodline dog. So, you know, if you do your research, you know, some of these dogs is famous and got some clout to them. And that's where he come off of, some Brown stuff. And Dottie comes off some of that Grand Champlain, Texas stuff. Kirkman's Chopper, Creole's Gator stuff. That's some classic stuff right there. So that's her daddy side, you know. And like I said, if you want to know how to read pedigrees, I did a whole video about it. Go back and check it out. It's in the links down there under my videos, how to read pedigrees. I'll do a quick recap so you can follow along with me. Sire, daddy, dame mama, granddaddy, grandmama, mama side, granddaddy, grandmama. That's all it is, and it go back, great granddaddy, you know. Like I said, go check out the video if you don't know how to read it, if you can't follow along. But that's all we doing now, is breaking down the second, because I always think you start back in the second generation and break it down, the quarter down, to see what the dog is. So that's where we starting at, and we at the second generation, the second quarter. We did the first quarter on part one. We on the second quarter on part two. So here we go. So we got that, the Brown stuff is what Anderson's Tex daddy come off of, and stuff. Basically a Brown's dog. And this Dottie stuff, this stuff, you see here, Grand Champion Texas was her daddy. And that's a classic dog. See there, 17,000. This dog done some things. And it was a bulldog. See, his daddy was a champion too. Then it go back to some unknown stuff, which you don't know what it come down from, but you know, you can see. His daddy was a champion too. And his daddy was a grand champion. So it's got the unknown. It ain't got what they coming down from, but you can just go far enough to that to see. I have to check how far my papers go back, but you know, I mean, it's my stuff now. At the end of the day, we going back in it, but that's some of the famous stuff coming through that blood, you see. And Kirkland scraper. See, that's what happened when it keep going back so far. It don't even got nothing else. But some of them do go back far. And that's what I'm saying. It's some old stuff. Look at that when it was posted, 2001. We in 2023. See what I'm saying? But you can see them. See some of the blood in them. See how his bone structure and stuff is. And if you know the dogs, you see how they act and stuff. You see it, some of it running through the blood. And that was breaking down Anderson, Texas bloodline. You see he bred good with some fire stuff. Then you look at Don Rich Yin Yang, you know, Poland's long-legged Sally. That's the mama. Now this pedigree is fire too. You know, 9,000 times. Don Rich Yin Yang. Look at all them heavy hitters. All that juice pumping through there. You got this basically a Don Rest dog. You see it's got Sire and Daddy from Don Rest. And then you got the R Gangs and the Champ Henry Missy that go back to the Jeep stuff and the Happy Jack. Midnight Cowboy, Honey Bunch. Classic stuff. You know. I'll click a few of them, but I mean, you have to go check them yourself sometimes, because I mean, I'll just be clicking all of them. But these classic dogs right here, stuff that's working and doing stuff, making people happy for years and years. Don Rest Jet. To that backdoor Joey in there. Maniac was the daddy. Forget Me Not was the mama. That POR, that mean they producing a whole bunch of show enough dogs, certified. See the Mountain Man's Homer. The ROM stuff right there, show enough producing dogs, certified. Got the Kobe's in there. You know. So yeah, that's the mama, the long-legged Sally. She got some street credibility, to say the least. But you can't look at the pedigree and say, oh, that's better than Poland's jump around just because it's lit up like this, but it's something to pay attention to. And some people will say, oh man, that dog's better than the Poland's jump around. Well, arguably it's bred better if you're looking at these lights and colors, but that don't necessarily mean nothing. This dog ain't the, you know, jump around was way more produced more and had, you know, a little bit more notability with the dogs he produced. Maybe it was because of the male, or you know, the females can't breed as much, but whatever. But you know, jump around is the one that got the more credibility when it comes with producing. Of course, long-legged Sally produced good too, but not as good as jump around, you know, supposedly. But you know, that's male versus female, so that's kind of hard to say too. But still, this is respectable, and you'd love to get your hands and feed any of this blood. Because if you know, you know. That's all I can say. But then you look at Don Rich Buckskin Bunch. See him? He's a champion. 30,000 times looked at. So this blood you ain't gonna see a lot of, you know. Bred all in one dog. And we just at the 50% mark. We ain't went to the other bottom 50%. We just on part 2. I'm gonna do part 3 and 4 too, and you're gonna see some of these same dogs coming up here, and y'all gonna see what I'm saying about how you put these dogs together and how this juice is coming out and how these puppies acting like they acting. So you see, Buckskin, Don Rest Buckskin Bunch. Good looking dog. You see Champ Missy right there. Donruss holding him. And yeah, he got a lot of little credibility and on some stuff. You'll see a lot of Donruss on the dog stuff, and I heard some people hating about him or saying something about him, but that ain't nothing. They see he come off that Jeep stuff, and Abraham Snake, right back off the Honey Bunch stuff. This is what you're gonna see a lot of everywhere. Jeep. See, look at them views. He over 100,000. I mean, 100. I mean, look how many views. He way over 100,000. I mean, he been running it up. Everybody got Jeep stuff. You know. That's why I said I want it dabbed in there, but I don't need a whole lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Just me personally. You know. But what I like is the Honey Bunch stuff. You know. That's what I like. That's his mama. And some people say he ain't really bred like this. I mean, you can get into that. I don't know, but somebody say he really come off he Lepace, but another Lepace dog. Some people say it got bullet in there. Like I said, you know, that's why you breed them right a certain way so that stuff can cross like it's supposed to, so it can bring some of them dogs back a little bit. But the Honey Bunch stuff is coming off the bullies and stuff, and the Bujo stuff, the old stuff. Like I said, I like the old stuff, man. The old stuff when the boys was really putting in work, you know what I mean? Like the dogs was really tested good and people was really into what they was doing. Not to say the new people ain't, but if anybody in the know, you know, 2023 ain't nothing like it used to be. You know, people look at stuff a whole lot different. People don't even know. That's why I'm doing this history channel, because people don't even know nothing about these dogs and the history of them and what's really in their bloodline and stuff like that. So that's why I'm gonna be going through telling everybody so they can understand what the difference. I ain't hating on bullies or nothing of that stuff. I mean, if y'all love them, y'all love them. See, a lot of people can't have these dogs. What y'all don't understand is a lot of people can't have these dogs, so they say they want bullies. Cause they stay in HOAs and stay in places where they ain't got no yard, and they can't have these dogs. Cause these dogs ain't for everybody. Look at how they breed. They juiced up. You know what I mean? Like, they can't get loose and they'll cause trouble. Like, you know, if you don't train them and do what you're supposed to do with them, you know. But you can see Shorts Missy is heavy off the Honey Bunch stuff. You see? Crenshaw Missy come off the Honey Bunch. Basically bred just like Jeep. See, Crenshaw's Missy bred pretty much just like Jeep. See? Same type blood coming in there. Then you got the Honey Bunch right there that make the grand champion snake. And they bred him with Otis. Crenshaw Otis. Old bulldog coming off Champ Gunner. Mayfield stuff. You'll see that Trey Hands Rascal on all my stuff. That's that you've been sawing it through the bullet. You're gonna see it. So somebody that really seen my dog, this dog right here, they'll call him a Rascal dog. Not even a bullet dog, a Rascal dog. You know what I mean? Because they know about these old dogs and they know it keep going back to that Rascal all the time. The bullet going back to that Trey Hands Rascal. Trey Hands Rascal. You'll see, like I said, we're going to keep going through it. You'll be able to see it. And you'll be able to put it together and call it what you want to call it, you know. But, yeah, man. These the dogs right here. If you can get your hands on some real good blood and I mean, if you like bullies, that's fine too. You know, I don't want the boys to be calling me out, talking about, hey man, you talking bad about the bullies and that. No, I ain't. I just want y'all to understand the difference. They two different things. I don't care if UKC or Bonafide or any of them want to register them as, pit bulls. I don't know if Bonafide even do it, but I mean, UKC, I know will Bonafide will put them as American pit bull terriers, and they show enough bullies. Like, they ain't even close. I mean, you can cross them and it'll be close, and they'll, because I'm going to go through my blues too. I got a blue bloodline. So I'm going to go through all my stuff. Like I said, I got plenty of stuff to talk about. So we just strap it in. Strap it on now, because we're going to go through my blues and everything. I got a blue bloodline, and they gang too. You know what I mean? They just like classic style. I took bred the bully out of them. I'm going to show you how to go through the pedigrees and how I bred the bully out of them to make them like they look. And the people that know about me and done their research, they know how to look anyway, and they know how to act. But, the few people that got my dogs and everything, I mean, a lot of people got my dogs, but a lot of people don't got my dogs, because I don't be pumping them out like that. And if they do got them, they don't be telling people how they bred, and people don't even notice my stuff, so. But, I'm at the point I ain't got nothing to prove no more. I mean, if you know, you know. If you don't, you'll catch on sooner or later. But I'm just all about trying to educate people now and make sure people understand the difference between American pit bull terriers and bullies and blues and red noses and, all that stuff. I just want to make sure I put my experience out here. So, but yeah. That's what long-legged Sally got in her pedigree. She got all that stuff pumping through her blood. You see the mountain man's Homer. Bulldog, 317,000. That's a different Rascal. See, that's a Crenshaw Rascal, not the Trahans Rascal. You see, people will get them confused. It's a different Rascal. That's a lot of people name the dogs the same thing. So that's all that old Eli stuff. The old stuff all coming through from the Crenshaw's Rascal. So that's Rascal Jr., and this is Rascal, his daddy. Bred right back to the Honey Bunch again. See, that's what I say. I like that Honey Bunch stuff more than even the Jeep. His mama. That's what I'm into. I like that. That's old Maurice Carver right there. With Rascal. A super duper dog. Super producer and dog. See, the pedigree ain't even lit up like that. Super dog. If you know, you know. You look at that and, well, that ain't got no colors in it. That color don't mean nothing. That color just there to show you some of the credibility is what's in there, but it don't mean a dog better than another dog because colors is in a pedigree. You got to see, this is all Boudreaux stuff. All Eli right there stuff coming through there. His hand's been put on it. And it's got to look out across some other stuff in there that's obviously been working because they wouldn't have been using it. But yeah. That's a different Rascal. I just want to show y'all that's different Rascals. People say, oh, Rascal. Yeah, I got Rascal. I read it. Which Rascal you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, this stuff is deep. Like, Mountain Man Homer, yeah, it's a good dog. A lot of people hating on him or say some stuff about him, but, you got Backdoor Joey right there. Great dog. 100,000 times looking at him. See him out there. His daddy was a champion. See how he bred up. The Cummins stuff. Hammonds. More Eli's coming in through there. See Boudreaux name again, see? Got the Plumley's alligator in there. That's Susan Renee, but see more of the two-door stuff. Alligator is what I was. See, people be saying alligator blood now, this, that, you know. Got the Dabo stuff in there coming down. So like I said, this is just old classic stuff. Walking antique stuff. You ain't gonna see a lot of these dogs. People ain't gonna be talking about it because they ain't feeding this blood like that. Especially all not in one dog like this. So yeah. So backdoor Joey. Bred up too. Some heavy hitters. Bred up real nice. Like I said, I just can't click them all. I'm already at 20 something minutes. I'm gonna try to keep them around maybe 30 minutes or so, you know. I don't make them too long, but you know, like I said, you can always go back and check it, double check and all that stuff. Click it if you want to, but you know, I just want to give y'all a little history, a little bulldog history. Grand Champ Crunchfield's art. Look just like my my camel dog I got. Look like to me. Kind of look like him. Like I said, when you have the puppies, man, that stuff be coming through. Them puppies, you see some of them puppies, you be like, he kind of look like him, or he kind of look like that. That stuff be coming through. Different dogs be coming through them puppies. That's basically an old Eli dog, basically, coming all through the Boudreaux stuff. You see, that's the Trey Hands Rascal right there. That's what you say. I say, you're going to keep seeing some of these same names because they be putting these dogs together like that. That's how that blood keep coming back. Them dogs keep popping back into the puppies. You know, when you breed them like this, the puppies be better than the mom and daddy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because you putting all that masterpiece together. You know? Like I said, some people don't sell their best dogs. They keep a lot of their best dogs and maybe sell some people some so-so dogs. But all my dogs be fire. All my puppies be right. So I don't have to worry about that. And I'm gonna give everybody the best dogs. You know, it don't matter to me because I can keep making them. So I ain't trying to sell people nothing so-so or nothing like that. I'll give you the best dogs. You know, I got plenty of dogs. All my dogs good. So I'll give you the hottest puppy in the litter. If you get them at the right time, you know. Now, sometimes you may not take care of them. You know, I got stories about that too, but everything ain't for the internet. But man, I done gave some people some super dogs, and some of them didn't even take care of them. Some of them I done gave them for some good prices sometimes, you know. So I done it all, but at the end of the day, these days, you gotta pay what they worth, and you know, I work something out with you, but you know, it ain't even about the money. I just be trying to put them in good hands with people that's gonna take care of them. But at the same time, I'm gonna make sure you understand what the bloodline and what you're feeding them, what's running through their veins, so you can understand what you getting. Make sure you want something like this, cause they awesome dogs, but you know, they ain't for everybody. So yeah, so Poland's long-legged Sally. That's how she bred up. We about at 30 minutes. I done clicked a lot of the names in here and stuff, and like I said, feel free to go back and check it yourself sometime. But you know, she basically a Browns dog coming right through there, heavy Browns dog, and then through here you looking at whole bunch of stuff in there, mostly, but you know, you can easily say it's, you know, nice little cross of a whole lot of stuff that's working, basically. But down here, you can say it's starting to come through a lot of the Eli stuff, the honey bunch stuff, you know. Basically, she's an Eli dog with the browns at the top, you know. Crossed with a lot of that old classic Eli stuff. That's basically what she is. This Don Rest stuff, when you go through that, then this is a whole bunch of that Midnight Cowboy and Honey Bunch stuff. You know. Which is a Midnight Cowboy. Go back to more Eli. You see? Bujo stuff, it's more Eli, so that's why you call him an Eli dog, Brown's dog, basically. That's what she is. Old school Eli stuff, all that Midnight Cowboy. And then you got the Honey Bunch. More Eli. One of the greatest producing dogs and great dog, you know, Honey Bunch. More Eli. With the Corvino and stuff. So yeah, that'll be it, man. We at 31 minutes, and maybe I'll try not to make the next part 3 not so long before I do it, but that's part 2. Old Poland's long-legged Sally. So we done his daddy. This Wooten's big block. This is his daddy. We did part 1 and part 2, so we done covered 50% of what's in his blood. You can already see just from his daddy side. It's pumping through. Breed it to a poodle or something, and it'll come out with something that'll make somebody happy. That'll, you know, of course we ain't breeding them like that. We keeping them what they're supposed to be. But I'm just being joking. But I'm just saying, look at all that fire coming through them. You know. King, that's his daddy. See, we done part 1 and 2. Poland's jump around. Poland's long-legged Sally. That's Miss Poland stuff coming straight off of it to make Wooten's big block. So I'll see y'all on part 3. I'm gonna make sure I stop this before it don't cut off on me like last time. But yeah, feel free to follow along if you want to. You want to check it out some more and double check what I'm doing. But yep, now we're gonna start with part 3 right there and part 4 right there, and then we're gonna get into the inbreeding, because see, down here is when it start getting inbred real good. Then y'all can understand how to inbreed, how to read the inbreed and all that and stuff like that, because you can see right there, Woods Red Boy already inbred. Dow Slinky the mama. Woods Red Boy right there inbred, and then you see all that Wilder Stoney Jr. You see it in 3rd generation right there. You see it in the 4th. So check with me on part 3. We're gonna break down this second half right here. We done the first 50%, and I'll try not to be so long with this one, with the next video. But I'll be busy. I got a life, you know, trying to maintain out here. But yeah, I like what I'm doing. I'm getting a lot of good feedback. People learning stuff. So. Showing people dogs that people don't really talk about as much and stuff. So teaching people how to read pedigrees and all that. Yeah, so check me out.